Okay, I'm having to do it this way because the paper is so big I can't lay it on my table. So I'm gonna give you 2 big sheets. Like, they're really big. You're going to keep 1 sheet just like it is, okay? And then the other one, you're going to rip up. So one stays the same. This one, you can see where it's been folded. You can cut it, but you can just tear it because it's been folded down the middle. You do it slow. So you have 2 halves. Keep 1 half. Then you're gonna take your other half. Again, see the line that's down the middle and rip it again. If it's not perfect, okay, to 2 smaller pieces. So you're gonna have 2 smaller pieces, 1 half sheet, and 1 full sheet. So you may have to move around the room to do this because you cannot do this for people at a table. So make sure that you get 1 full sheet, 1 half sheet. I guess the other one would be 2/4, 2 1/4 sheets. Okay, so the supplies we're using, this is what your armature is going to look like. An armature is just what's underneath a sculpture sometimes. You have a disposable little cup. You have our newsprint masking tape. Then we have scissors and toothpicks if you would like to use them. So we're going to be making this because we're going to be taking the things that you use to cover your cast. It's like a plaster material, and we're going to be covering this with this next time. So next time will be messy. Today will not be messy. Today we're just making the armature. Then when we come back next time, we'll be putting the plaster over it. It is messy, so be prepared. Okay, again, your table's gonna have tape, scissors, a few toothpicks, and then your base, and I'll be passing out your paper. So you're going to take your first big sheet. Mine's kind of hard because I have to, and you're going to start rolling it. So you're just going to get it crumpled and roll it together like this as 1 big long sheet. Okay? So once you do this, we're going to fold it in half. Okay, now that's when the tape comes handy. You're gonna have to make sure you share it because there's only 2 people per roll. Get some, pass it to the person next to you. You don't have to cut it. You want to leave the bottom open because we're going to shove it in the little container. So take it and you're going to tape both together, and it wants to be kind of smaller at the bottom, and you're just going to move it around as you move up to the top. Again, leave the bottom open because we're going to flare it out and stuff it in the container. Get another piece. Again, don't pull too tight because the top, you want it to be bigger than the bottom. The main part of our cactus, that's what you just did. Again, leaving the bottom open. It does not need to be covered in tape. The tape is just holding it together. Now we're going to move on to the half. Take your half sheet and do the same thing. I'm going to take this and we're going to cut it in half somewhere. Okay. Again, get your tape. You want to take the end, fold it over, and tape it. And then just move your tape around the bottom. Okay, so we're going to do this again. Fold it down on one end. So you have 3 of them. 1 is your main cactus, the other 2 are your arms. The folded end is the end that sticks up here. The open end is what we're going to attach to your base. So you're going to take your big piece, figure out where you want your arms, and you're going to lay this down and kind of bend it wherever you want. Then you're going to take your tape, fold it down, and you're going to stick it and then wrap it around to make it stay. Oops, see, my tape twisted up. They do the same thing. I don't want them straight across. I'm gonna make this one down here. If it looks straight across, it kind of looks like a person. And I'm gonna, instead of attaching it here, I'm gonna move it down some so it's attached more and less of it sticking up. So you've got your cactus body. So that's when you're gonna take your base. Take your base and your other two smaller pieces. Take your cactus, you kind of have to flare his legs out to get him stuffed in. Then you're just gonna crumple this up and shove it around. And you may have to rip it. I did have to rip and shove it in here for it to stay still. So you're not going to end up using all of your paper. Okay, so you want it in there nice so it doesn't move around. And you've got your base of your cactus. Now, okay, adding our toothpicks for our thorns. So this is an option you can, and just be aware, they're pokey, don't hurt yourself. So you would take the few ones I give you. I'm not gonna give you a whole bunch, probably like 5 or 6. What you're gonna do is poke them diagonally into your cactus. Now, they easily fit in like where there's little holes, but you can also poke them through, again, sticking out diagonally. The arms, you can do it, but they're not, you have to find a place where it's not gonna poke back out. Like this one, I did it and it poked back out here, so probably not gonna leave it like that. It needs to go more a different direction. Okay, now before these are put away, you have to write your name on the bottom of your cup before it is wet. So make sure you get your permanent marker or borrow a permanent marker. And on the base, write your name. Don't write it on the side because that will be covered up with our plaster. So again, we're just working on the armature today, and don't forget to write your name on the base, and these will stay here today. And then again, next time we come together, we'll be adding the plaster, which will be messy.